What is going on, everybody? We are back here in NHL 17 franchise mode, and I just wanted to go over the lines real quick right away in this video. We went ahead and we changed the roster. There was actually like a day one roster update, so all the free agents should be signed. I put in some NCAA guys like Tyson Yost and things like that aren't in the is it Jost, by the way? Let me know. On the Colorado Avalanche that aren't in the game yet because they have not played a game in the NHL yet. Kind of like how Eichel wasn't in the game until 2 games into his actual regular season. So I put those guys in, so everything should be up to date. We have Enroth, as you guys can see here. We have Enroth, Anderson. Sparks is down in the AHL now. Right now, we only have this right winger scratched. Think I might go. I'll keep him up. He can be scratched. That's all good. If he starts complaining about ice time, we'll see what we can do. But he is growing, so maybe put him down in the AHL. I don't really think we have any room for him. But biggest thing you guys wanted to let me know was Kadri needs to be the first line center. I totally agree. I think Bozak is definitely more of a second or third line guy anyway in real life, and Kadri is definitely a top 6 forward of the future. Still, I mean, it seems like he's been around the Toronto organization forever, but yeah, he's still growing, and hopefully he'll get up to like an 87 at least, so we can have him as a solidified second line center behind Matthews, who I did boost up, by the way. I made Nylander the medium elite. You guys were letting me know that's a big thing you want me to change. I'm having him on the 4th line. You guys were saying do 3rd line, but Holland just is a little bit better on the face-off, so I want him on the 3rd line. As you can see, 65 face-offs. I want to keep him, Nylander, at center just so he gets better at face-offs. But yeah, he definitely needs to get better. We brought up, is this Reichel or Rachel? Kirby Reichel. I'm going to say that because that sounds cool. He's got better face-offs, but he's a natural left winger, so we're going to keep him on the 4th line here. So I was thinking, because we do have a lot of extra money, we could sign at least a free agent or 2, but I don't know if that's really something we want to go about doing. There were a lot of comments on lines and stuff. May post some of them in this video. I'm not really sure. I don't want to just reference one because I kind of collected from all the comments on what we're going to do. It's only been a few hours since the last video went up, so it's not going to be, totally up to date with what you guys are saying right now. But yeah, so we definitely don't have the best decor. Everybody's growing though. You know what I mean? Except Hunwick here, which he's a really good 7th D. He's actually top 6. So everybody else is growing though. You guys want Carrick up on the top 4, which sure, let's go for it. Then Pollock staying with Riley just to kind of do that offensive, defensive dynamic up here. Gardner's going to be really good. Hopefully he's going to get up to at least like an 87. I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe 86. If not, it's all good. He's on a it's a little expensive for his overall right now, but hopefully he gets up to a good overall. Riley is on a big contract, but this is going to be paying off once he's close to 90 overall, so that's not a problem at all. Another thing you guys wanted me to do was check out the contract screen just to see that. I'll show you the AHL first, though. We've got Matthews as the first line. You guys were saying just keep him in the AHL for 1 more year. It looks like he already grew to an 80. I bumped him up to about a 79 overall just because I thought there were some things that were lacking. Like his passing was really low, and actually I set it to 86. It's up in an 88 now. I haven't simulated or anything. So is that something that happens in your guys' games? Is this like a dynamic thing that happens with the roster update? Because he was a 79, and then when I started the GM mode, he is now at an 80. So that's pretty weird. And he's got those arrows up there. His deking also went up, and his hand-eye went up. His shooting's really good already. I mean, we could have him in the NHL, but he's going to dominate the AHL. If we were a playoff team, I'd have, like you guys were saying, if we were a playoff team, hell yeah, put him on the 3rd or 4th line. But we don't need to. This year is for growth. We don't want to stunt his growth by putting him up there and then getting low morale and things like that. So Everybody up here should be growing. I did keep some people like Prust just as a veteran presence. There's we don't have center depth that goes all the way to the fourth line in the AHL, but this guy will be fine. 77 faceoffs. Marner, we moved up to a medium elite, like you guys said. Matthews is up to a franchise, which may be a little heavy-handed, but I really like the idea of building around him in the future, and that's a lot of fun. He's not like a Connor McDavid where he's already like 85 overall in his first year. So I don't think he'll be too OP, but he should get up into the mid to late 90s, if you know what I mean. So first line here is just how it was. Robitaille, and then Nielsen we moved in just because he's a little bit higher overall than Dermott, and he's a top 6 guy. I didn't want an AHL top 2 playing in here when we can just we can kind of tank it this year in a way. For both teams, we just want to make sure people get playing time and actually grow. Even though these two guys are 19, I still want them to get some playing time. Campbell's left over as the AHL top 2, but it looks like we've kind of just got all these guys who are going to be growing up there. Let me know if there's any moves you guys want me to make. And then Sparks and Bibbo. Is that how you say it? Because it's EAU. Bibbo. That's kind of a cool name. But yeah, Sparks, back up of the future at this point, but we have Enroth. He is on the team. So yeah, that's a quick look at the rosters there. So let's go to not roster moves, contracts, and see who's getting paid and who is making way too much. Whoops, didn't mean to press that. But yeah, the biggest thing you guys wanted me to do is basically throughout the year kind of clear out. We can definitely trade away some of our big contract guys for sure. Lupul is making the most on the team. There's no excuse for that. He needs to be shipped out. Wouldn't mind keeping him even if he was making like $2 million or something. I wouldn't mind. But $5 million, 5.2 is a lot. We got to be careful though, because we're gonna get up at the bottom of the cap, basically the cap basement. And our owner, we got to make sure to keep them happy. So, you guys were saying possibly bring in a young defenseman or something like that. I'm not totally against that. We would have to move another defenseman down or scratch one, though, and everybody's kind of either growing or something like that. So it'd be very difficult to kind of decide the fate of one of the prospects, just to bring that in. Riley, I'm totally fine with that. Kadri, we're fine with that. We have Cowan now, so he was brought in here. Lake's making a little bit too much for sure. That's somebody we could move out at the trade deadline for sure. No problem at all with that. JVR's staying. He's only 27. He can totally be the future of this team as a leader. Bozak's making a little too much, definitely since he'll degrade in the next couple years. But there's only 2 years left, so I'm totally fine with keeping him on that contract. Gardner's fine. McCallick is another one of those guys that has 1 year left, so we can ship him out of the trade deadline as a rental for another team. And then we kind of get down into the cheaper contracts. Even Martin, I'm not too worried about 2.5. Just the fact that he's got decent physical category. He can be a third or fourth liner until his contract either expires or we ship him out in, the third year or something like that. It'd be nice to have him too, just to kind of keep an edge in the bottom 6. I don't mind that. Pollock, I don't really mind either. 1 year left. All these guys, these 3 right here, I don't really mind because they got 1 year left. Willie Nee, he'll need a contract in year 3, so we got to keep that in mind. A lot of these guys that are growing are going to need contracts. As you can see, there's a lot of unrestricted free agents in year 3 here. So we got to keep that in mind. Even JVR, we got to make a decision. He'll be 30 years old. Bozak, I think that'll be a pretty easy decision because he might ask for less, which would be radical because I'd be totally fine with keeping him on as like a third line center or something like that. That's the kind of depth that wins you games in the playoffs. So I really don't mind that. Looking at his categories, defensive awareness is pretty decent. Faceoffs are great. He's got good stick checking and stuff like that. So, it's just that he's that decent player that if he gets down to like an 84, he'll still have some of these baseline stats that really help in the playoffs, especially that discipline, offensive awareness, stuff like that. He's like a true to form two-way forward. He's not amazing in any one category, but he's just kind of a well-balanced player. He's kind of like, I think it was Derek Roy in NHL 13 or something like that. Or no, it was Drew Stafford. Totally 85s across the board. Just a well-balanced player, third liner basically. So that's what I want for Bozak in the future if he takes less money in year 3. I just can't see keeping him on for 4.2, especially if he falls to like an 84 or something, which I don't think he will. He's only 30, but I don't know how it works in this game, if it's the same engine or not. You guys let me know that. And then if we go to in the system here, Robitaille is making way too much, but it's 1 year left. We could put him on the trade block, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get rid of that contract. That's at 79 overall, making $3 million. Nah. Everybody else here, I'm kind of okay with. I mean, he's still growing. Let's see. Yeah, everybody else is making not too much. So we don't have any, like $5 million players in the minors. And then here's all our like unsigned guys that we can worry about once we kind of look at them. A lot of these guys are still in the CHL, so we don't even have to worry about that until next year. And then we can at the signings we can get those guys on board. So just let me know what you guys think about that. This is just showing all the people that are ending. We'll probably get rid of Enroth, honestly. We can go over it in the comments. Just let me know down in the comments below, and we'll figure it out, because this is definitely a team effort, because it's a big rebuild. We're probably going to tank this year, get a nice draft pick, and hopefully get one more really good stud player. And then year 3, when all those contracts come up, hopefully we'll at least be able to sculpt the team in the way that we really want and work it out. So yeah, let's go. So I did restart the GM mode just so we could have all the updates and everything like that, but all the options are the same. Injuries are off until actually let's check on that just in case it didn't save. Injuries should be off until the playoffs, where we'll go and we'll be able to turn those on in the playoffs, and it'll suck, but it's got it. So we just checked that. We're all good. Those are off for now. All right. I'm just going to check on, let's just see if maybe we can sign maybe a free agent. I don't think there's really any room. I kind of want to run with it. We're 49 out of 50 contracts. There weren't really any trades suggested for before the season, so I'm not going to do that. Please let me know. Like, if you have any suggestions, let me know, because I just follow what you guys say. So in the last video, there weren't really any trades suggested to do before the preseason. Everyone was mentioning at the deadline, get rid of certain players. I agree. I don't think it's necessarily realistic to get rid of everything before the season starts, kind of like we did with Montreal. But that was the last GM mode for NHL 16. We were kind of going crazy with it, so I don't mind that. But I want to make sure that this is as realistic as possible for this first GM. Let's try to be pretty chill about it. I mean, obviously it's not going to be 100%, but you know what I mean. Let's do the scouting so it doesn't alert us. We'll just do the somebody was saying the SHL is good to do for defensemen for a minute or two here. So let's just do a month of defensemen, and then we'll go back to the CHL after this once we go through that. And just to make sure, I think Russell is still a free agent, and yeah, he's still a free agent. I haven't done anything yet to simulate, so he hasn't gotten picked up just yet. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't think anybody really we would need to pick up. Is there any potential players? Not really anything we need. We got to remember, we do have a lot of prospects that are coming up. So getting these like top 9 forward prospects, we've got a lot of top 6 that would probably take the spot instead. And we did get the backup goalie in Enross, so we don't need Ortio anymore. So that's all good. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and simulate a couple months here. I don't know. Do you guys want to go to the trade deadline? Like I have automatic response from you guys. Let's just go through maybe a month and a half here and see. First of all, we got to get through the preseason. Let's simulate up to the first game. If we go up to maybe a month and a half, see how we're doing. If we're okay, check this out. Y4 Turbo, here is the budget for the upcoming year. I have set a maximum for every category. For a category like player salaries, I'm fine with you going over the maximum budget as long as you're able to maintain profit by the end of the year. So gave you some extra money to play around with, so feel free. So we gotta remember that we've got a massive amount of money because this is Toronto. So we're good. Okay, actually we don't have that much available for available funds. It looks like we've spent close to the amount. Do we need to do like... Oh, okay, the gray is actually how much we can do. So we'll do a little bit more in promotions, a little bit more in advertising, and a little bit more in arena operations. All right, cool. Let me know if you guys want to keep doing that or if you just want it to auto assign. I kind of like doing it for maybe this first GM mode, franchise mode. But yeah, maybe next year we'll set promotion. This is crazy. Okay. See, I'm totally okay. We can set promotion nights. So this is weird. I feel like maybe this would be a good one because it's another. Well, let's do like a bigger game. This Saturday would be good. What the heck? This is so in depth. Oh man, I have a Winter Classic scarf from the Toronto Maple Leafs. So let's do that. That'll be a good one. Scarf giveaway. This is weird. This is really weird. Oh, we got to do one against the Red Wings because there'll be a lot here. Let's do, by this time Riley will probably be killing it. So let's do Morgan Riley bobblehead giveaway night. Oh my God, this is so sick. This is sick. Oh yeah, let's do this one against Montreal. We'll do a t-shirt giveaway this day. Okay, I don't think we need to do much more. Maybe this one because it's a original 16. We'll do a puck giveaway. All right, yeah. Okay, I think that should be good. Oh, you got to do more. Well, I'll just auto assign the rest. That'll be good. It should pick probably the best nights to do it. That's pretty strange. That's definitely really cool. But I don't know if there's a science behind it, if there's a certain thing that we've got to do in order to kind of get the fans happiest. But I'm pretty sure Toronto fans aren't just going to leave because they're not getting a free bobblehead. We don't need that many promotions. All right. So it looks like, okay, is this actually, this is today. Is this the first game of the season? I can't really tell because it's saying no, I don't think it is. I think it's the last preseason game. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that was the last preseason game and we lose. Okay, that's fine. Don't think we need to do anything with waivers. We do have that one scratch player, but I think we're all good. All right, so we didn't do too bad in the preseason, but yeah, we're probably facing not whole squads for other teams. But let's hope this first month actually goes pretty well. Maybe we can get a good cushion. Because, I mean, if we're not totally bottom of the barrel team, we're going to get growth. So, tanking and getting a good draft pick, we don't really need to do that because we already have Austin Matthews. We already have Willie Nee. We have Mitch Marner. So we don't need these insane players. We have Morgan Riley already in the NHL playing at a decent level. So we don't really need to get the cornerstone of the future. We've got a good young goaltender. All our cores are kind of set to build around. You know what I mean? So it's not imperative we get a top 5 pick. A top 10 would be cool. Top 15 would be decent. Anything after that will kind of be a letdown. in terms of pick, unless we make the playoffs, because obviously if we're in the top 15 teams in the actual whole NHL, we'll probably have made the playoffs in some capacity, maybe. But we'll have to see. You know, it depends on how the points stack up. It's not a perfect science, but yeah, absolutely. So let's see what we can accomplish here. Let's just make sure everything's set. I know morale's still on, so that's definitely a. Let's just simulate to this game. See if we have a player meeting. Yeah, we do have a team meeting. So this is the first time we're checking out morale system here. Willie Nee's got something to say. Whoa. The locker room. Okay, calming. I hear a lot of feedback. Like, okay, so now it's got these little things on the side here. Assertive, calming, demanding, and motivating. I'll just do calming. Okay, cool. Success. Willie Nylander appreciated your calming talk. That's kind of cool. I like that a little bit better. This is just 182, so let's focus on our game. Results come. I think that's... Whoa, that's not good, actually. So it looks like a lot of the newer guys were okay with it. Some of the older guys were not okay with it. Maybe they want it to get hyped, but I don't necessarily think we're. Oh, cool! They gave him the captaincy. Okay, cool. He deserved it for a while. Calming was not affected. So I guess it plays in a little bit heavier in this actual game, the morale. It's a little bit per person, per player, so got to keep that in mind. So we've done that. Let's just make sure we've got Anderson in the net, and I think we can just go about the next month or so, really without too many changes. We do have auto rotate goalies on, so it should be kind of maybe 2-1. I'm not sure how it's set up, or a loss and it changes out. We'll see, but I think we can just kind of do it like we did in the last GM mode. We lose our opener. Let's get the first home opener. Let's get a win. 3-1. So, okay. Scouting assignment. Let's go ahead and change that. So let's jump into the OHL, and we'll do forwards for a month. We'll pin players in a little bit, see what we've got after the first couple months here. Let's try to... Okay, we get our first win against Winnipeg, which was... actually, a lot of you guys really wanted to see a Winnipeg GM mode, so that is definitely one I have in mind. We'll be going through all the Canadian teams in no time if we start on them, and then we'll have, Calgary and Vancouver, and then Ottawa. Okay, so we've got a trade here. They want to give us their first-round pick for 2 seconds and Korostelev. Wouldn't really mind that. Korostelev's a pretty good right-wing prospect, though. We haven't signed him yet, but he does get pretty decent, and we'd be giving out both of our second-round picks. But we would be getting a first-rounder. I don't think that's a good idea, because we're getting rid of picks and we're getting rid of a prospect. We're not getting rid of any, older guys or bad contracts. So I think we'll keep our depth picks for now. I think that's okay. Should be a good year for rookies, so that's good. Okay, so we've lost a fair amount of games. We knew that, we knew this wasn't going to be a winning season, but we're definitely not bringing our A game. We might have to shake it up a little bit just so that our guys get a little bit more in terms of, morale boost because of winning. We really don't have the absolute best team, obviously, but we have a really, really good prospect pool. So I'd really like them to be able to just grow and grow and grow. Okay, they really want to get, all these teams really want to get our second round picks for the first round. I'm just going to decline that for a while. I think we got to shake up our trade block because, okay, there we go. 2 wins in a row. Let's get a win at Buffalo here. There's a loss. That was a close one, though. A lot of these games are decently close, even our wins. At least we get a point there. We're 4-7-1. Let's go up to the 19th here. And, okay, I guess the 20th, whatever. and see where we're at stats-wise. If one of our bottom 6 forwards is doing pretty good, we can bring them up. It'd be nice to get back to 500 and see if we can make a shot at it. I wouldn't mind if we are a decent team, obviously, because it's just going to help growth. The biggest thing I don't want is us to keep going forward and just keep losing games and our morale's in the toilet and no one grows for next year. I know that's not really what's going to happen. That's not really how it works. It definitely affects it, but we'll see. So in this last week, let's see. Okay, we get 1 win out of it. So we're 6-11-1. We're definitely not a good team. We knew that, though. Bottom of the division here. Panthers are doing well. They definitely deserve it. They've definitely built a really good young team there. And they've got to win while Yager's there, because once Yager's gone, who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, let's go to Stats Central and just see the player stats. Just individually, Kadri's doing well here. So that's pretty good. So there's been 18 games, and Bozak and Kadri are doing really well. Check it out. 7 goals for Kadri, 7 assists for Bozak, 5 goals for Bozak, 5 assists for Kadri. That's interesting. But yeah, you can see Kadri is a -6. So that first line is not getting it done on the defensive side. Defensive awareness isn't the best. Pretty okay for a playmaker, but really not the best. Komarov's a -5. So, maybe moving... Mikhailiuk is a +1. I'm not saying that would automatically fix it, but yeah, nobody in the top 6 really has the best defensive awareness. The best defensive awareness is Bozak in the top 6 with an 85. I'd like to get somebody in the future that would be really, really good on the defensive end, at least on the second line, just so we can stop the puck. But, that comes in time. We knew we weren't going to be that great of a team. Lupul is even, though. Lupul is even, though, they're on the second line with Bozak and Mikhailiuk. So the second line is doing pretty okay. But I don't think moving Kadri down or doing that would be really good for anybody. Definitely not. I definitely don't think that would be a really good thing. So Hunwick is even, and then pretty much everybody else is a minus below that. So we definitely need some defense for sure. I'm not blaming it on Anderson or Enroth because, for what they're doing fine. 2.6 goals against. Really not that bad. 0.913, so like 91% basically. Save percentage, and, Enroth's still in the 90% range for save percentage. So these two guys are doing fine. They're doing totally fine. We just, we don't have anybody up front that can stop the puck for them. They need some support. They need some goal support. And they definitely need some defensive support. Because a lot of those games, 3-4, 2-3, I think there was one that was like 5-6. It's all like 1-goal games. We need to keep 1 or 2 goals out of the net, and we'd win more than half of our losses, and we'd be this really good team. So obviously that's easier said than done. We don't really have any answers at this point. And I'm not really looking for answers. We're not really looking for answers at this point. I meant to go to team stats, sorry. Because we knew we weren't going to be, the best team. We aren't in the basement, which is good. Buffalo is below us, which is strange because, they're kind of in the same boat as us, but they have a couple players that are a little bit. They're in a similar boat to us. They've got a lot of good young guys and some good veterans, but I think I feel like we're a worse team than them, but we're actually not too bad off. Really, though, there is a separation between the bottom teams and then even the 6th place team, Detroit, going up to 28 points, which is awesome in 18 games. So we're not doing bad. I feel like we're doing enough to warrant some growth. It's still early. We're not going to make the playoffs. I'm not banking on that. We could move the power play around, just put some young guys on there. Willie Nee is on there already, so But check it out. I mean, penalty kill's really good. It's still pretty early, but we're not getting goals against too much on the PK, so that's good. But I mean, you guys know it's only a month and a half in. We're not looking to win this year. I kind of do want to just go to the trade deadline now, so you guys can let me know for the next episode what we should do, what we should get. I'm kind of looking more towards getting prospects straight up for trades and not going the route of just getting picks. Just because I want to make sure we get a sure thing. And I know you guys can help me out a lot and let me know who's available in this year's draft, things like that. But at the same time, without it being, kind of a sure thing, somebody who we've already seen play or scout in the NHL/AHL, it's definitely easier that in that realm. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. A lot of people want to give away their first round picks. I'm totally happy to do that once we get to the trade deadline. We've lost a ton in a row. Maybe we should go ahead and just we'll just shake up the lines. What's the worst that can happen? We'll go and see what morale's doing. We can hold a team meeting. I guess let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll just move around the lines here. Let's see. Motivating. Yeah, let's do motivating. Oh, man. Is there an option that's just like surefire 100%? Because I'd rather do that because I don't want negative morale. I know it's harder to get positive morale individually in this game, but it's definitely really hard for sure. Okay, let me shift around the lines a little bit, and I'm not looking to win all the next games. I just want to win 2 more, basically a month than we are now, and see if we can do that. Just 1 second here. Okay, so we kind of shook up the power play here. Just put Lupul on here, and took Komarov off, just because Lupul's got just a better shot, kind of. Bozak we moved down to the second line, not as center as a winger. Which maybe we'll put Willie Nee over on the side. He is right-handed, actually, so let's do this. Actually, no, that'll be good for the one-timers. So we can do that, and then Bozak in the center. He's got really good face-off, so that'll be nice because he'll win a lot more face-offs on the power play. 4-man, I kept the same. Komarov can play on this one. I think it's a little more important that we have slightly high overall speedy guy and physical guy on the 4-man. Penalty kill, we kept exactly the same because that's, 85, 86 overall, or rather 85, 86% penalty kill a month and a half in, 2 months now. So that's good. We moved Willie Nee up, Holland down. He is a depth guy, depth forward. So we moved him down to the 4th line. And even though Willie Nee's face-offs are only 65, I think being a 3rd liner will help a little bit here with some bigger guys. Maybe that'll get the bottom 6 going a little bit better. We didn't really touch the top here just because I don't know what I really could do. I don't want to put Lupul up here instead of Komarov. I think it's fine as it is. And we didn't do anything to defense just because, I don't know. Also, we could move Hunwick up or Cowan, but he's left-handed, so I feel like playing him in a slot would be good for now, and we'll worry about that, when it comes to it. But I think this should maybe, get Nylander out there a little bit more. That can help us. So let's just do, let's do 1 more month, and then the next episode, what we'll do is we'll do the rest of it until the trade deadline. Let's just try it. Let's just try to get up to the trade deadline because I really don't want to leave any room for possible error or anything, something that could come up and be a surprise if we start winning games or something. I just want to see what you guys think we should do in terms of trading, because I think the biggest thing would be kind of trading some people away with maybe a 2nd round and maybe a prospect we're not going to use, and trying to get maybe a 1st round pick. I would do that. But trading 2 2nd rounders plus a prospect that we probably aren't going to use, I feel like is kind of a waste just for a 1st round pick that, could be really good or could just be as decent as the actual prospect we gave away. It's just, it's something I don't want to fall into. So we only have one win this month against Colorado, so that kind of sucks. So let's win this Saturday. Actually, we've got an upgrade and maintain little one there notification. So let's see what that's all about. Okay, team store needs to be upgraded or something. It needs some maintenance. Do they need repair? Yeah, let's repair it. Okay, we can't upgrade. Concessions, let's upgrade. That'll be good. And parking lot, we could purchase a second parking lot. Man, this is actually kind of hard to keep up on. Club seats. Okay, yeah, let's just do that. Okay, I think that should be good. We'll just repair that. Okay, that should be fine. I don't want to get too heavily into that because I want to keep it more about being a GM rather than, because the GM's not going to allocate funds for a parking lot. You know what I mean? We win on promotion night against the defending Cup champions, and we get another win against the Ducks. Nice. Let's get another win here. There's a loss, but there's a win. Okay. So we win a couple games here. Morale hopefully going up. Yeah, look at that. Chemistry is going up. So we're getting some wins here. There was probably actually a team meeting on the Pens net. I kind of want to stay away from team meetings now that like half of the team gets negative morale for it. We win against the Panthers. We also win against the Lightning. So this is what I mean. You know, you can go on a streak and get morale up pretty high here. That's pretty sweet, actually, because, you know, we're basically not going to make it into the playoffs at this point. But, you know, it's not mathematically impossible, but we're not getting the playoffs. It's not going to happen. I just want to make sure our guys are still growing in terms of morale. That's the biggest thing. So next year we can have like a team that's twice as good and, you know, can double our wins. And then in the third year, that's the year I really want to make a push. So we just got to make sure that that's something we keep in mind. We get another point there against Montreal. Let's see. I didn't know we went all the way to this weekend. Let's see when we're in January. So let's see. This should be a pretty long episode. This is a trade deadline here. Yeah, so they've gone with a very minimalistic approach. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of hard to tell in sometimes what exactly is going on. There's another overtime loss, so at least we get a point out of that. I just don't want to be absolute bottom of the barrel. You know, that could help in the lottery for getting a pick, but, you know, I really it's still very important for us to go ahead and get that morale up. That's the biggest thing. Keep morale up so that we can really work with what we have next year. See what I mean? We have a lot of these close games, and then we have these like blowouts. So it's kind of weird. We beat Detroit on Wednesday night, rivalry night, and then we lose 4-0 against Philly. So we're almost to the trade deadline here, and then we'll end this episode. I think I accidentally went way past where I wanted to. Basically, at this point, we'll look at the stats once we get up to the trade deadline. I'll go to the 27th, actually. I think that'll be a pretty good day to go to. I think we're riding... Okay, not anymore. We won a couple here. There's another win. Let's get to like 25 wins. Let's try to get that. I mean, that seems pretty doable for this team. The Marlies are doing really well, though, with Austin Matthews down there. I wouldn't be surprised if he's up at, 85 or anywhere around there. Who knows? I'm not really sure. We'll check after this week, actually. We'll check at the trade deadline. Because if we can bring him up and he's like an 85, that might be even better. Let's do a month here, and then maybe I'll pin some prospects off camera so that we can have some real people ready to go. So yeah, 21 wins, 29 losses, 6 overtime losses. Not too bad, and we're getting up to the end of the video here. So it's pretty cool doing multiple franchise modes right now. Actually, the reason I'm doing all these today was the EA servers, I don't know if you guys noticed, are down right now. There's a 3-win streak right there. That's pretty. 4-win streak. What are you guys doing? There's the 25 wins. That's not bad. Let's get up to the 27th here, and we'll see who's available and what draft picks people are giving away, etc. There's another win. Look at this win streak right now. Win. God. 4 wins in a row. 5 wins. I didn't see this one. 5 wins in a row. It is the 27th before the trade deadline on the 1st in February. So it'll actually be March 1st. Awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's just do this upgrade and maintain, because I've got 2 actually here, so that's not good. And we'll see what this is all about. Okay, lower bowl needs maintenance. Let's just repair that. Executive suites need maintenance, and it looks like bathrooms are going to need maintenance as well. Did I do upper bowl? Nope. Repair. And then team store. Oh, okay, we can do that. So I feel like that should be good for the rest of the year. I don't want to get too out of hand, but let's just check the stats real quick. Then we'll look at the rosters, see who grew and everything like that. And then we will look at who's available at the trade deadline or what's available. Because I don't want to necessarily just pick up, a veteran or anything like that. Okay, Kadri's doing pretty well. He got down. He was a -6. He's now a -4. That's not too bad. He's got 44 points. Definitely, he should grow before next year, hopefully. McCallick's doing pretty well with 40 points. Bozak, 38 points. McCallick is a plus. Bozak has now gone down to a -4. That's not good. JVR down to a -8. So everybody's kind of a minus. Morgan Riley, a -21, but he's up to an 88 overall. Can't say it's, not his fault, but he's still a top 4 defenseman. He's, 2 or 3 more overall. He'll be pretty solid. We gotta, he's not working with the absolute best, and he's probably playing 30 minutes a night, so we can't blame him too much. Martin's having a pretty good year, only a -1, really on a pretty weak team, so that's fine. And then we kind of get down here into Pollock's also -21, but he's also probably playing a ton of minutes. Cowan doing pretty well, not really in points, but he is he's on the top 6, so I don't expect our top 6 D to have all the points in the world. Their pluses, can't be mad at that. All right, let's go to goaltenders. We can't read too much into stats, you know what I mean, for goalies, because we don't have the strongest team. Really not bad, though. Both of them really not bad. Yeah, this is not bad at all, especially for the team that's in front of them. These guys are doing a great job, really great job. Just think, once we get Matthews up here, man, once we get all these guys up into the mid-80s and 90s, this team's going to kill it. It's going to be absolutely great. Okay, so let's go to all skaters for the AHL here and just see points-wise. Matthews, 39 points. He's up to an 83, so that's not bad. He is a third liner, though, so we should probably bring him up, I'd say. Waivers do apply, though, so we got to remember that when sending somebody down or scratching somebody. But I definitely don't think we should not bring him up. He could really revitalize the third or fourth line. He's probably killing it, though, down in the AHL, but at this point, I don't think we should keep him down there. Him being a third line, scoring forward. He's still minor scorer. Let's see. Marner's still a 76, so he's still got some time. Yeah, so I think I'll do that off camera. Press up to a 78. That's pretty good. Then we kind of, fall off. Nielsen's doing pretty decent as well. Man, look at this. Plus 32, plus 30. Wow. Awesome. Okay. HL team's doing really well. So, yeah, when Matthews does get brought up, that's going to be, a little harder. But I definitely don't think we should keep him down there and stunt his growth. We need him, next year to lead, especially. So, yeah, there that is. Now let's go to these trade blocks and just see. This video is going to be pretty long. So it is kind of the first one. We'll fall into kind of what we're doing. Let's just go to trade here. I'll do everything else off camera just to save some time. But yeah, we're going to go to propose trade just so we can look at everyone's actual items here. And we're just going to, we're not going to look at, draft picks because we're going to know the teams that are doing really well want to give away draft picks. We'll just look at skaters because, there might be somebody who we can potentially pick up that would help. I forgot Datsuk is playing. Dang, that actually kind of sucks. That'd be cool to sign him. I meant to put him down to like 60 overall so he doesn't play in their organization, but that's fine. He'll probably retire after this year. That kind of sucks. But just let me know what you guys see here. This is kind of just looking at maybe prospects we could add in with a deal. Somebody we could... I don't like the red against this black background. You can barely read it, actually. I don't think there's really any prospects, unless it's a D prospect, that we can bring in. The biggest thing I'm thinking is just going for those teams that are definitely in the playoffs that we could just trade away some kind of older guy for that's making too much money. And, maybe add in one of these prospects that could just pop up here that could just help for the future. Because I don't think we necessarily need one player. There's not like a player we can pick up that we need. We've got all these guys that are going to grow to that point. So it's a little bit different than a normal GM where you're looking at this point to either get that piece that's going to help next year or grab a pick. I think we need kind of a mixture of both. Because we've got a whole team that in a couple years is going to be really good. But the fact that this year we're just not doing well, it's neither here nor there. We knew we weren't going to be the best team in the league. We definitely knew we weren't going to be the best team in the league. But we knew we probably weren't going to... actually, look, Sean Day is on here. Maybe they fixed him. He's only 7th D, though, in this. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty weird. Maybe the hype was too real. Or not real, rather. Okay. I mean, we're going through. We're kind of seeing what's available. I'm just flashing these really quick because there's not really anything we necessarily need. Like I said, it's not going to be a huge trade deadline. Might get rid of some contracts. Next year, it's going to be a little bit different where we're looking to win in year 3. We're looking to pick up maybe someone we can have rights to in the offseason, that's definitely not that wouldn't be, a bad deal to pick somebody up next year. And then this year, we got to look at free agency as well. So we're back to Anaheim. All right. So this is a pretty long video, but I wanted to get a lot accomplished in it. Kind of started out a little slow because I wasn't sure if we were going to go all the way to the trade deadline, but we ended up making it. So this is where it comes to you guys. Let me know what we should trade for. If you think getting rid of somebody like Lupul, getting rid of some of these older guys is not a good idea because, they're helping out the young guns. Maybe trade them at the draft instead. I don't know if that's the best idea just because teams need a rental now if they're going into the playoffs. At the draft, they're not going to be looking for a $5 million 82 or 81 overall. So let me know what you guys think, though, because most importantly, your comments. That is what is most important. But, 26, 29, and 6, not really as bad as I thought we were going to be. I thought we were definitely going to be bottom of the barrel, less than 20 wins at the end of the year. But, yeah, we got 26 wins. If we get to 30, that would be rad, and it would definitely help morale. Let me know about Austin Matthews. Do we bring him up, play him on the third line instead of Nylander? Do we, just anything throughout the video. Let me know what's going on. Like and subscribe if you dug it. It helps so much to see that. Share this video with your friends or on Twitter, people you think would like it. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time out on the ice. Prospect. Let me know if you guys want me to change him to franchise. I feel like that would be kind of